Well, I have thought about it for many, 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 many years. But every time I think about it, I also had to think about how my mother was going to handle it, right? I had already told my children what happened to me. In order to protect them, I told them very young what happened to me. And based on what I went through, I was going to be one crazy paranoid mother. So they had to just deal with that. No, you can't sleep over your friend's house. No matter no in your bed, I joke you. You sleep in your bed. If your friends want to do a sleepover, they come to my house where I know they're protected and there's never been any man in my house. So my children went through that. As for me, I it's not that I wanted to wait. People keep thinking why I waited so long. I really, really wanted to confront him. Don't know if years ago I would have never thought about recording him. No, I never thought about that before. But all the time I was trying to think about my mom. My mother's gonna be embarrassed. My mother can't handle the problems and stuff like that. So actually, she was really the only person that I was concerned about, and the most. Second was my sister because I was told by a cousin in Jamaica that he did it to her after they sent me away. I've asked her many times. She's flipped out on me back in the 90s saying, he never did it to me, he only did it to you. So, okay. She's never to this day admitted it to me. She's never admitted it to my mom to this day. But recently, I've been hearing from people here in Canada that she's telling them the reason she hates me is because I ran away and left her. She wanted to come with me and I didn't take her. And I made him do it to her. That's the way how she words it. So, no, the same wicked granny that beat me took me to Kingston, to my father's mother, my other grandmother. Mhm. I didn't know then. I didn't know that my father's mother. I didn't know if I was gonna get another beat down to say such a thing. I didn't know. So after after I told and got that beaten, and my uncle sat in front of me, him and his wife. After remember, he was telling me all these 2 years, don't tell anybody. If you talk, them are gonna send them not going to believe you, and them are gonna send me to reform school. So why would I want to tell this new grandmother that I just went to live with? Why would I tell her? I don't know her from nowhere. What if she beat me again? Where's the next place I'm gonna be sent to? So you learn to shut your mouth. You learn to just don't say anything. Just don't talk about it. Be quiet about it. That's what you're taught to do. I mean, I didn't trust my wicked granny would beat me to protect my little sister. I didn't trust her to protect her, but I thought that at least his wife would protect her. I thought at least she had one person there who would stop. Like after such a horrific beatdown and everything, you would think that his wife would now want to fight. Didn't you hear me ask him? I said to him, your wife, she must did fight you after me get beaten and sent over when you find out. And he said, no, no. Because in my mind, I'm thinking his wife must have flipped out on him and she would have protected my sister, but she did not. Yeah. Well, remember the same wicked granny brought us to Canada on the plane. So I think she was here for about a month. And then when she left, the day she left, I sat on my mom's bed and I told her, I expected my mom to react. And when she didn't, I was like, whoa, maybe me shouldn't did say nothing. Because how many people am I gonna tell? And still nobody's believing. Granny don't believe, beat me. The next grandmother that I'm living with, when I told her, she still brought me back to the house, not believing. But as she said, she had a dream that I was covered in red, and she came back for me the next day. So, and then the next person I told was my mom, and she didn't say anything. She did. My mom never said she don't believe me. She has never said that. And I talk about it. Oh, me run away from 17. A year later, me run away from I run move and dep on my own. I just couldn't stay. I ran away and I was on my own. I couldn't deal with that. I ran away from Nova Scotia and came to Toronto when I was 17. Yeah. No. I just talk it anywhere, talk to anybody. Anytime I hear anything, I talk my story. I just speak it. Speech therapy. I have no idea. I don't know. Yes. I don't look at it that way. I don't look at it that way. I mean, I have two daughters and a son. One of my daughters, she's been on me for years. Mommy, you need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. You have childhood trauma. You need therapy. I guess well, she's an adult now. But whenever I would get mad at her, she'd be like, "Mommy, that's that child anger you're giving to me now. You need to go for therapy." Like, she don't play around with me. She's a strong one. She will tell me over and over, "You need to go for therapy." Well, I with one of my daughters, with one, she's more understanding, but with my second daughter now, she's more like, if I do something that she don't like, or if I say something that she don't like, it's like, "Yeah, mommy, you need therapy, you need therapy." And she will keep on saying, "I need therapy." And I'll keep on telling her, "Me no need no therapy, me a Jamaican, me tough, me no need no therapy." And we fight like that. She's still, even just last week, she was on me again. "You need to go to therapy," she always say. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Paranoid mother. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I was just so happy and so overwhelmed by the fact that sometimes when I just turn my head a little bit and see that the phone was catching him clear as day. And me look and she said him face clear upon the phone. And everybody's gonna see it. Boy, I was shaking. I was trying to keep myself from shaking with excitement because I was so happy that the phone was catching him so clear. And in my mind, I'm thinking, who's gonna say that I was lying now? Hear the man admit it. Who's gonna say they don't believe me now? So it was an hour of just like all kind of things going off in my head and just like, wow, I have to control myself. I had to control myself. I couldn't have done this when I was in my 20s. There's no way. No way. My brain was not mature enough. My emotions were not half as mature enough to sit in that car with that man when I was in my 20s. No way. No way. Couldn't have been done. And it's not like it was one time or two time. It was like 2 years. 2 years daily. 2 years. Sometimes twice a day. 2 years. That's no joke. 2 years, you think you're his little friend. You think, yeah, him like me. Him like me. Yeah, my uncle like me. Him like me, I'm like a friend. Yeah, man. Hmm. Of course. Who could have told me before I got that beaten? And this is what people don't understand. When I told my grandmother, when I told that day, when I said, Uncle touch me there all the time, I'm never breed, it was like, little 12-year-old me, why is she telling me, now that you start having a period, don't let no man touch you there, because if any man touch you there, you're gonna breed, and if you breed, me gonna beat you. I'm thinking, what is she talking about? She don't know what she talking about. What she mean by, if any man touch me there, me I go breed? So, my little 12-year-old brain I spin and I say, but you don't know what you're talking about. Uncle touch me there every day, I'm in a breed. And I pointed my hand towards him like, Uncle touch me there every day, I'm in a breed. And that's when she started beating me. And she asked me again, what you say? I repeated it. Because I was like, she's wrong. She must be wrong. Because Uncle touch me there every day, I'm in a breed. So she has to be wrong about what she's saying. So I didn't tell. You see, you see this lady that was on? She told her mother when she was in her 40s that the neighbor took her virginity when she was 8. Even after she witnessed two other girls that he did it to, pressed charges, he went to jail in Canada, did time, and got deported to Jamaica. She still kept it. She still never told. And she just told her mother in her 40s. People have to understand that whatever the reason is, she didn't tell. I didn't tell to get my uncle into trouble. I didn't tell to get him busted. You understand? Because I'm his little friend. The pain, the initial pain of the first, you don't know what, 5, 10, 20 times, just like for any big woman or anybody at 16, 18 will just start, the initial pain, physical pain goes away. Once the initial physical pain stop, the original bust up heal. It's like we have babies. We tear, or they cut us, they stitch us, we heal. Don't we go back, do the thing again and have more picnic? Someone who have 6. The initial physical pain heals very quickly, people. And that's why when me used to get in a trouble, and if you go get beaten, or I mean, right now, if you said to your child, me I go slap you, or me I go take with the phone for your day, what do you think your child's gonna choose? Mommy, just give me the 2 slap and done, yeah? because they know the physical pain as soon as physical pain heals so fast. So after the physical pain stop, I'm gonna stop resist. Because remember I said the time when me and my sister tried to catch him that night and he got away from us. The next day, him put it on for me double wicked. The next day was so huggish and rough. You understand? And he might punch me up and I said, what you try to do to me last night? Punching on my side, punch, choke me. While he's doing it to me, people. While he's doing it to me, he's beating me up and saying, what did I try to do last night? What did I try to do to me last night? So I had to make a decision. Either me I go take the him inside me alone, or me I take that plus the beat. I couldn't bother with the two of them. I could not deal with both of it. So I just decide I'm just going to shut my mouth and just take what I get every day. Anyways, and not bother with the beating pan top of it. When me a 10-year-old I do with man inside of me and him a punch me and a beat me and ask me when me I try catch him for. So I just not bother with that no more. And I just thought I'm his little friend. No, you know, me not get no more beating. The physical pain done. So after a while, it's just something that we do every day. That's it. By the time, I know a lot of parents are going to be mad at me. A lot of parents are going to be angry at me, but don't don't turn your anger the wrong direction. Okay? We need to stop turning our anger the wrong direction. By the time your child come to you and tell you someone in the family did that to them, you've already failed. You have already failed your child by the time they tell you that. So now you have to check yourself. How, how did you fail your child? Yes. It almost happened to me. Almost happened in my house by my nephew who was 19. Almost happened. If it did, I wouldn't be here with you today because I wouldn't want to live if that happened in my house. Whatever age they are, if it already happened, first of all, if somebody, I mean, a lot of the people who talk about this, it some of, I wouldn't say a lot, but some of them I've spoken to before, they were grooming before, they were a little touching before. Once the person start touching you in places they shouldn't do, don't let it get to where they use their key and open the lock. Don't make it get to that. Once them start touch you here, there, anywhere, no man not supposed to. When a man put his hand in the small of your back, when a man hold you, and he hold you and he put his hand in your back like here, it means something. If somebody is hugging you and they don't want to be intimate with you, they hug you up here. They put them hand around you here. When a man hug you and put his hand here, especially if they go like, it means something. A child, anybody is touching them that kind of way, unless it's their father, even though some of the fathers them go too far. But if they touch, even remember no, 5, 6, under 10-year-old, you're not on a breast, you know. So you can't even say if they touch you on your breast. You're not on a breast yet. You're not developed yet. But if they touch you where the breast is supposed to be, and if they put their hand on your bum, and if they touch you privately, even if it's just, even if it's one of them little touch, one of them little tap here, and if they kiss you, if they kiss you on the lips, all of that means something. They may they may show you they may show you a video, they may show you a TV show. Remember no, our parents when people are kissed on TV, them say, turn away your face, turn away your face. If right now my baby is 16-year-old, my son is 16. And if we're watching a TV show and anything intimate come on, my son will turn away his face because now I'm say him a look on it, right? If you're sitting, if your child is sitting with family members, especially of the opposite sex, and they're okay with watching real intimate scenes with your child, it's no good. Any person where take your child and make them sit on their lap, that is a humongous no-no. That is a big red flag. Because it doesn't take much for a man to get erect with someone sitting on his lap. By the time the child is sitting on his lap, and that warmth that comes from underneath your bum when you sit on someone's lap start rise up him down this up. Him not supposed to think about it, you know. But if it's already in his mind, that sitting on the lap thing would drive me absolutely bonkers. If I ever saw a child of mine sit on someone's lap, they probably would have grabbed her and dashed her over this without even thinking. Because some man can get a boner with breeze blow upon them. So can you imagine your child sitting on them lap? Whether it's brother, uncle, father, stepfather, no matter cousin. Can you imagine a man who just get erection just by the breeze blowing with your child sitting on him? He might go have an erection and go on underneath there, and you sit down right, the thing is, you know, you're going to sit down right in front of him and don't know. And that's the wicked part. Is that you don't know. And your child don't know what it is. Many, 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 too many. I could never. Maybe that's why I'm an Anna man. I'm single, you know. That's why I'm an Anna man. Yeah. Me live my bad life out the road. In my house, me get respect. In my house, I must be respected. Out the road, my penny them can't manage the knowledge. Them know no. Bad out the road, but in my yard, nope. No man. No man to my door. Nope. Sorry. Well, it's like how they used to advertise on the TV. Say no to drugs. Say no to drugs. What is that commercial gonna do? Say no to drugs. Have the children who are watching the TV to see you spending millions of dollars on these advertising. Say no to drugs. Have they ever seen a crackhead? Have they ever seen a junkie on this side of the street? You think telling somebody on TV, say no to drugs with two little pretty clean people in a clean clothes can stop people from the drugs? Hmm? No, it can't. Mhm. And I mean, if you had asked me what gave me the courage, I've always been a strong, courageous, brave person since from me get to from me get to from that me decide say, like I said before, I feel like whatever I do was made of that this any path I take in life, I made the decision at a crossroads, right? So my uncle gave me a choice that very first time. He gave me a choice. I chose life. He gave me a choice and I chose life. I chose to live. You remember he gave me a choice? He said, if you make any nice, me I go chop you up and go bury you in the bush. I chose not to be chopped up and buried in the bush. I chose to live. But to choose to live meant he could do whatever he wanted to do to me. So I think I questioned myself all my life. I think I stopped questioning myself the moment I had my first child. And me I look on this pretty little Barbie doll in my hand. And me I look at me, I say, me made a pretty little baby, yeah. Oh my gosh. Me made a pretty little Barbie, yeah. I think that was when I stopped questioning why I chose to live, because now I saw why I chose to live. Before that, I used to always question why me never just make him, what kind of life this me I live. From me at 17, me left my mother house. I've been making money, I've been living life. However, I made the money, that's another story, but it doesn't matter. I've never been poor or broke in my life, thank God. I've always had a good life when it comes to money. I could always buy myself anything I want and help many, 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 many people. But I still always ask myself mentally, what kind of life did you choose? What kind of life did you choose? Faye, you're dressing at the latest and the most hotness and sexiness, and you're out there, you buy car and you buy house and you have the most jewelry and you go dance, and every dance my day, whether England, America, Canada, Jamaica, you're everywhere and you're out there and you're putting on the biggest show and you're doing the most. And inside of your head, you still ask yourself, why did I choose life? Because no matter what I did and what I achieved, I kept every day that man was in front of me, every day, I saw that man. Every day. I mean, every day, my whole life. Only when I had my kids, I started calming down. I started to become calm and I started to mature. I think, boy, maybe I shouldn't get in so much fight with people and maybe I need to relax myself a little bit. And if somebody say, hey, your eye red, maybe I not have to fight them. Maybe I can just take it easy. I'm going to look at the mirror if my eye friggin' red for true. That was after I had my children. But for me to, I know for a fact in the 90s, I could have never sat there beside him. I was a different mental level. Couldn't have. But my sister kept kept this trauma alive in my head more than anything else, with the fact that she hate me and she don't talk to me, and then the threats, threatening to unalive me. This was, I think, in 98. She rushed me with a knife. My mom pushed me in the bathroom with my baby, locked me in the bathroom while she out there try to kick down the bathroom door and all kinds of stuff. And I guess whenever my mom got her into the room, my mom told me I could come out and leave. That was the first time she tried at me with a knife. And then again in 2000, she threatened, some other situation happened at her house and she threatened she was gonna unalive me with a knife. We didn't talk for years, still bring her back, taught her to do the lashes. And again, now the past year, the past year of her, too many times, you know, I keep, she keep threatening me. This past 2024 was the most of it. So I said, no, this has gone on too long. This is too much. I really, I really need to do something about this. I really need to go and talk to my uncle. And one of her friend actually called me and said, you're not taking this seriously. You really need to take it seriously because she means what she's saying. And you're always just brushing it off and listen to her, don't listen to her. And the person told me, don't take it so lightly. You need to do something about it. As in, I needed to report her. So I said, I'm not gonna do that. I know what I'm gonna do. And so I just called up, got my uncle number in Jamaica and called him up and tell him, rum short in Canada, I need to come get some rum. Can you help me? And he said yes. So I just bought my ticket the next day, and the following day I was on the plane to Jamaica. I went down there on December 4th. I planned to meet up with him on the 8th, the Sunday. I told him take a taxi and meet me in Kingston. And he had the nerve to tell me he doesn't have any money if I can send him Western Union. So I said, I can't do the Western Union, but borrow some money when you come, I'll give it back to you. I told him, take the taxi, meet me at Denhampton Police Station. I picked him up right at the door at Denhampton Police Station. So I have to, definitely, because my sister pushed me. She pushed me too much, too much, too much. She she has said many times that the reason she hates me and wants to unalive me is because of that. But she never told me before that he did it to her. She always denied it. So, oh no, 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 no. Pride can, pride have a stranglehold on some people. That pride, pride. You see that pride that have a stranglehold on some people. They're not ready yet. They're not ready. Yeah, they're not ready. So, so when you had asked me about what I would say to children, I'm back on that question. If any anyone who has children, you start talking to them when they're 2 years old. You start showing them, as a mother or a father, you need to, because action means something. That they say action means more than words or something like that. If you actually speak louder than words, as a parent, remember, you're still cleaning them, you're still wiping their bum, you're still bathing them, you're still lotioning them when they're that little, 2 years old. If you take your 2 year old and touch them, touch the body part on your 2 year old and say, nobody's supposed to touch you here. Only mommy, or only, daddy, or only if they're cleaning you. That way, not no brother, no sister, no auntie cannot insert a finger anywhere. So yeah, we have to get so technical now, because if we're gonna tell a 2 year old or a 3, 4, 5, 6 year old that anyone in the family can touch you down there as long as they're cleaning you, you have to break it down now, because you see the thing serious. You have to tell the child, as long as they're cleaning you, that means they cannot insert a finger in there. Nothing should go in there. Nothing. And around at the back part, nothing should go in there. And for our little boys, we need to tell them at 2 years old, nobody should be playing with your little teely. Nobody. Because you have to remember, the baby boys, them, no matter as baby boys, what they start doing, they start playing with the little teely. And it's ticklish and it feels nice. So when it's something that feels nice, they're going to enjoy the feeling. So you have to put that in their brain already. That playing part, no. When somebody is cleaning you, they must be actually using toilet paper or baby wipes to clean you. So you show the child. If them not have a wipes in them hand in a cleaning motion, they're not supposed to touch you. Remember, as girls, the same nerve endings that's in the end of the little teely, where the boy the baby them just touch it like this. They're touching it like this, and they're getting a nice feeling. Okay, it's the same way somebody can take them finger and the clitoris of a child and go like this, and it's a ticklish little nice feeling. If the perpetrator starts out with your little 3, 4, 5 year old with the little tickling motion, and the baby the baby a laugh. If them get your child, no matter how young, or they start kissing them on the lips, and them start, whether them I use them finger or them tongue, and giving them that little ticklish feeling, oh my God almighty. Once they get your little babies to like those little ticklish feelings, I'm sorry for no. I'm sorry for no. Because by then, believe me when I tell you, say, I already lost the battle. Because how you gonna tell your 4 year old now, say, no make uncle or daddy or auntie touch you this so, when them already are touch them in a playful manner and it feel nice? You're late. You're late. Show them. Them have to have something that them on toilet paper or Kleenex, because no perpetrator now go enjoy having toilet paper or baby wipes to do the touching with them want, because them now get the pleasure themselves. Them need them bare fingers touching your baby. So you have to show the baby them, say. Unless them have that in them hand and a clean, and still them not supposed to touch the part there. As a boy child, you pee, nobody no need to wipe the tip of your teely. If them a wipe your bum, toilet paper and a wipe. Or your teacher putting them to wipe themselves younger. And so what if them not wipe themselves good? When you get them, you finish bathe them and wash them good. You have to teach them so young. So young. You have to teach them. Because you have the perpetrators, then we are training them with one finger. One finger. That is making them feel ticklish and feel nice, and that already set off some things in them brain where that part of them brain, they shouldn't even wake up at 4 year old or 6 years old. There's too many 5 year olds in people, grown adults who had their first experience at a family member's hand when they were 5. There's too many of them, or 6. Too many of them talking to me in my inbox now that they were not yet at primary school. What age is that? What age is that? That's 5 and going on 6. So if you're gonna wait till your child is 10, you've lost the battle. And if somebody already went to them and scared them, scared the life out of them, they're never gonna tell you. They're never gonna tell you. Okay? If they were threatened, their life, mommy life, daddy life, the other siblings' life, they will never tell you because they don't want to lose you. So you have to get them young. And those who are past that, for any child who it already happened to, you still need to, if it already happened to them and they were threatened, they'll probably tell you nothing happened to them. They'll probably lie to you and say, no, nobody not trouble me. Nobody not touch me. No, no, nobody never trouble me. So when you're asking them, because if them pass 4 and 5 now, you're going to have to ask them if anybody ever did that to them. Anybody ever touched them there. So now, when you're asking them, you need to tell them, mommy is your best friend, daddy is your best friend. You need to tell them that you're their friend. And you want to ask, I want to ask you something, but you need to know that I am your friend. And I'm not going to be mad at you. I need you to tell me the truth. I'm not going to be mad at you. Did anybody ever touch you here, there, or there? If they did, you need to tell me. I will not be upset at you. But you need to be looking at them. You need to be looking at their face. You need to see the reaction on their face. Remember, at that age, them too young to be good liars. Them too young to be really good liars at that little age. So when them a tell you that lie, them a go take off them eye, them a go look down at ground, them a go look so, them you go see any little shift and any little shape going on in them. You're gonna see it. So you cannot be sitting over here and the child over there and you ask, anybody ever touch you? No, you can't do that. You have to, it has to be at a quiet time. And you ask them and look straight in their face. And then when you ask them now, you look at them to see the reaction. If them deny it, if them deny it, you're probably gonna have to circle them and come back another day. At the same time, we don't want kids to lie and say somebody did it to them when nobody did it to them, because that grieves my soul. I don't like that. I do not like anybody tell any liar and somebody like this. But another thing you're going to find out is there's only one version of the truth, and I keep saying that. There's only one version of the truth. If you ask me what I experienced, 100 people can ask me and it will never change. So if the child is telling you a lie, go around and come back, man, and catch them another day. And you're going to get a different answer. So then you're going to know that they're lying. And if you see that the child is lying, for God's sake, please do not get angry at them. You need to find out why they are lying, why they're trying to keep it from you. You don't know what kind of threats they've been through. You don't know the fear. And make sure when you're asking your child, nobody else is there. That is very important. Because if your husband is sitting there and he's the one, you will never get the truth. If your brother, if the grandfather, if the person could be, you see, the thing is we're trusting the family too much. We are trusting the family members too much. Please do not ask your children in front of any family member, men or women, if anybody ever touched them. It must be you alone, in a quiet place, no family around. Walk with them, go to a road. Go pick up leaf on the ground and say, oh, that leaf are pretty, that leaf don't look too good, that one they brown, that one they green, that one they dry. Talk to them about something. And then ask them and look in their face. You cannot ask them in front of any family member because you don't know which one is doing it. And if you ask them in front of the perpetrator, they will deny it. So that's all I can say in how, because there's a lot of them it's happening to.